Hey YouTubers, it's Jeff from Indiana Preparedness here. Um, haven't put out a YouTube video in a while, and I kind of got a new setup going that's going to be um, evolving here in my office. So I'm testing a few camera angles out, things of that nature. So we'll see how this goes. But one of the things I wanted to talk about um, recently was had to do with firearms, guns. And there was a news article that I came across about guns being stolen out of cars becoming more and more frequent, more and more common. And being a gun owner and sort of a Second Amendment proponent myself, not to the whole you know, uh, extremist type of side, but I do relish in the freedom of being able to own firearms and have guns and safely and responsibly carry a firearm. This kind of concerned me a little bit. So, and I've had discussions with some friends and more specifically with my son about securing your firearms. And my son, he's young and he's kind of his own mind and his own opinion. He open carries a gun and has talked about putting an old school gun rack in the back of his truck. And I have, on a couple of occasions now, told him that that's a bad idea in so many words. But he seems pretty bent on that. So to me, I just kind of wanted to express an opinion here about open carry and uh, openly displaying firearms in public. My son, when we would have these discussions, he would talk about that, it's his right to carry and open carry. But then a couple sentences later, he would talk about some of the looks he would get when he would go to the grocery store or the restaurants where he's openly displaying a firearm. And I would be like, yeah, um, because those people who are, openly looking at you, they don't know who you are. They don't know why you have a gun. Why do you have a gun? That's the first question. Why does he have a gun? Is he here to do something nefarious? Is he going to is he here to shoot his ex-girlfriend? Is he here to commit a crime? Is he here to hold the place up? We don't know. And of course my son is all, well, I'm the good guy. I'm the good guy with a gun. I'm like, but they don't know that. They don't know who you are. And normally, when people carry a firearm, especially for personal protection, they conceal it. So if you're openly showing it, then it just opens up a whole lot of other questions. At the very best, people are just going to think you're a douchebag because they think that you're going to be one of the Second Amendment nuts, the crazy ones who look what I've got. I've got a gun I can openly carry. What are you going to do about it? And that to me, that level of arrogance and in your face aggression is counterproductive. That's just counterproductive, right? And that's to people who are not into firearms or who are afraid. And when they see firearms, they are tentative and intimidated by guns. And that's kind of what people, I think, who open carry, that's kind of their intention. That's part of it is an intimidation factor, and in your face intimidation factor, and that to a really negative degree, what that does is it tips your hand, and now bad guys who see you openly carrying, they're going to have a couple of different responses, such as, well, if I can get the drop on this guy, if I can get up behind him and knock him out, then I get his gun, right? I get a gun, and you invite a lot of potential um, negativity, not just from innocent citizens like you who are at a grocery store or a restaurant there to, shop or eat, and now they're, on edge because here's this guy that they know nothing about who's walking around with a gun on his hip, whether or not it's legal to do it. Um, and then you got the criminal element who's looking at a potential opportunity that if they can work an angle on you, they can get that gun themselves. Um, and so it just invites, you know, a lot of negativity and a lot of apprehension with people that are out there that is you don't want. It's unwelcome. Oh, and then there's the third element, which is law enforcement, right? You get a police officer who looks over and sees that you got a gun on your hip, and then he's going to wonder why. Why do you have a gun on your hip? Now, if if you're legal, if you have your personal protection permit, then you can show that, and the police officer's probably gonna, you know, go about his business, but you're probably going to get a word saying, hey, you might not want to display that, display your firearm openly, because again, the cop's going to know that you're going to invite a lot of unwelcome attention. So it's just better to just carry concealed now, overall. That's just when you're going to the grocery store, going to a restaurant, or whatever. But I would posit that with saying that if you suspect some trouble is going to happen, let's say you are at level red situational awareness. You are strongly suspecting that something's about to happen, and you're going to need to go black situational awareness very quickly. Taking your shirt tail, right, and flipping it up and tucking it in and having the firearm ready so you can draw a little bit quicker as opposed to the lift and draw. In those situations, I would say that you're a little bit more justified in open carry. But again, you're tipping your hand. If whatever that situation red awareness is, if it is an opponent, if it's a bad guy, right, you've just shown him that you got a gun. And he's going to have, primarily one of four reactions. The reaction you want is that he's going to stand down, he's going to, oh, okay, and he's going to walk away. Okay. And you've just diffused the situation through leveling up, but you're escalating. Okay. You're hoping that that escalation is going to get him to the point where he's going to do like a shock and awe type of response and go, okay, I'm sorry. The second thing, the second possible reaction is he goes, oh, okay, and he starts to turn around and walk away, but then later on he sneaks up on you, boom, when you're not as aware, and then he gets your firearm. Third reaction is he just attacks because he wants the firearm. Fourth reaction, he feels like you're again escalating the situation, but his reaction is fight instead of flight, and now he attacks you there too. So one reaction out of the primary four, I'm sure there's others that you can think of, but out of the main four reactions that a bad guy is going to have when you display a firearm is de-escalation, and he walks away, and he's, you know, turns from his life of crime and becomes, a good person and contributes to society, whatever, right? So that's the reaction number one. That's what you want. The other three reactions may very well lead to you having to actually use that firearm. And which, again, avoidance is key, right? De-escalation and avoidance is key. So the lesson there is if you do flip your shirt tail up and you're open carrying because you think that it's going to go, you need to be very sure, you need to be very clear about the idea that, yeah, you're probably going to need to use that gun and you're going to need to get to it quickly to protect yourself, protect your friends, protect your family, protect your stuff, right? You need to be very clear before you play the hand. Openly carrying, generally speaking, it's just an intimidation factor, it's an aggression factor, and I don't recommend it. And I will continue to push my son to not openly carry and to practice concealed carry, uh, both for the fact that you don't want to intimidate people around you and you don't want to tip your hand and show the bad guy what they're dealing with. My thoughts, my opinions. I know there's a lot of folks out there that nope, they openly carry and Second Amendment, I got the right to do it. You do, but you're just going to invite probably some unwelcomed responses. Be prepared for that. I would say be open to it and expect it, and don't get too overly hostile when you start to see those responses. All right. Peace.